Okay, now something came up. Welcome to live chat. Okay, I think I'm good. Okay. All right, thanks. Okay, good afternoon, bowling fans, and welcome to Bowlero Berks Lanes for the finals of the 7th major of the PJBT season. Today we are here at Bowlero Berks Lanes in Sinking Spring. We're down to the final 4 bowlers in each division. We're going to introduce them for live stream. We're going to have 2 semifinal matches, 1 versus 4 and 2 versus 3 in 1-game matches. The winners will bowl each other then on the opposite pair for the title. Today they're bowling on the PBA gold pins for our major final. Okay, bear with me as I'm going solo here today, so I will introduce the bowlers in just a moment. Okay, good afternoon, bowling fans, and welcome to Bowlero Berks Lanes here in Sinking Spring, PA, for the finals of the 7th major of the PJBT season. Today, here from Sinking Spring, we're down to the final 4 bowlers in each division, competing for the glass bowling pin major title. We're going to have 2 semifinal matches, 1 versus 4 and 2 versus 3. They'll be bowling at the same time. The winners of each of those matches will then bowl each other in a 1-game match for the title. Time to introduce our top 4 in each division. Our number 4 seed in scratch, from Birdsboro, PA, Aiden Long. Our number 3 seed, also from Birdsboro, PA, Blake Giddles. Blake will be taking on our number 2 seed from Horsham, PA, Tommy Rawa. And taking on Aiden, our tournament leader, at plus 149 for 8 games from York, PA, Blaze Denny. Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our 4 scratch finalists for this afternoon's PJBT. All right, now it's time for introduce our 4 handicap finalists. Our number 4 seed from Middletown, PA, Mackenzie Hulse. number 3 seed from Lansford, PA, Darian Moyer. In the first semifinal, Darian will be taking on our number 2 seed from Dillsburg, PA, Riley Nogel. And Mackenzie will be taking on our tournament leader at plus 178 for 8 games from Norristown, PA, Montana Kindle. Bowling fans, into the nice hand for our 4 handicap finalists for today's PJBT. All right, our bowlers are going to begin practice, and then we will get our matches started. Okay, bowling fans, as soon as I get the names in the monitors here, we will get our semifinal matches started, and I'll give you an update on who is bowling, and we'll talk about today's tournament and the pattern, so stay tuned.
I think it's just the same move we've had for the last 3 games.
Bring oil, though.
I just threw them all.
Nothing will fly. Yeah. That's what's big. If anybody like
2 weeks ago, yes. Good. Okay, bowling fans, we are back to the action here. Welcome to Berks Lanes today for our finals. So 2-game finals. We're going to have 2 semifinals, winners of each match. The matches will be across from each other on the monitors. Scratch division will start on the right. So you're going to see Blaze taking on Aiden, and you're going to see Tommy taking on Blake. Okay? The winners of those 2 matches across from each other will then move to 19 and 20, the left pair, to bowl for the title. Handicap side, Montana's going to take on Mackenzie. Montana getting the difference in handicap, which is 59. And then Riley will take on Darian, with Darian getting the handicap of 11 in that match. The difference of the 2 handicaps. Okay? So we started the day with 43 bowlers. The scratch division was cut to 10 after qualifying. Then 2 additional games of qualifying got our field from 10 to 7 and then 7 to 4. This is the 4 you see bowling. We cashed 5 in scratch today based on the entries. And then handicap, were cashing the top 4. They cut, first cut was 8 bowlers. They went from 8 to 6 and then 6 to 4. So looking for the glass bowling pin major title today. Okay? And today's pattern for the major was a 41-foot junior gold television pattern. So the pattern we used today was the number 5 pattern on our website. It was about 3-to-1 ratio, 41 feet. This is the junior gold television pattern that they used for the 2018 boys and girls junior gold finals. So the scores today were certainly not high. They certainly were not low. They were very mid-range based on the pattern. But 41 feet, 3-to-1 ratio, 27 milliliters of volume across the lane. Somewhat of a Christmas tree type shape. So certainly scoreable, but needed to make really good shots also. So, all right, so it looks like we're almost ready to begin our semifinals. So it's time to introduce our bowlers. Okay, bowling fans, time to begin our semifinal matches on each side. Starting with the scratch division, on your right, we have top seed Blaze Denny taking on number 4 seed Aiden Long. In the other semifinal, we have number 2 seed Tommy Rawa taking on number 3 seed Blake Gidles. Winners of each 2 semifinals will bowl each other on 19 and 20 for the title. Okay? On the handicap side, to your left, we have number top seed Montana Kindle taking on number 4 seed Mackenzie Hulse. The difference in handicap that match is 59, going to Montana. And then in the other match, we have Riley Noggle, our number 2 seed, taking on number 3 seed Darian Moyer. Difference in handicap is 11 pins, going to Darian in that match. The winners of those 2 semifinals will bowl each other on 21 and 2 for the title. All right, bowling fans, let's give a nice hand for our semifinalists. Okay, so we are about to begin semifinal matches. Mackenzie Hulse is going to start us off. And she goes 10 back. So great first shot for her. Aiden Long a little bit light, leaves the 2-4-5. Blaze Denny with a strike. Then we have Montana Kindle. She goes light, leaves the 1-3. Darian Moyer comes up a little bit high, 4-6-7. Key with these patterns is keep the ball in play. You certainly don't have a lot of room to miss. That's an important part of these patterns. 8 count for Tommy Rawa. Montana picks up her spare. Blake Gidles with a strike on his first shot. Tommy is able to pick up a spare. So clean board on the scratch side after frame 1. Riley Noggle, perfect shot, solid 8 pin. So he'll try to pick up that spare. Darian ended up with an 8 count for his first frame. Kindle in the second. She hits the head pin, leaves the baby split for 3-10. Blaze Denny picks up right where he left off, leading the tournament in scratch. Starts with a double. Riley Vogel picks up his spare. Aiden with a strike, so 20 in the first for him. Kamirawa gets a strike. Blake Gidles comes in just a bit high, leaves the 9-10. Meanwhile, Mackenzie Hulse, off to a good start. She gets a strike. So she has a double. Riley Nogel comes in high, 2-4-7. So Aiden trying to run with Blaze here as he got spare double. As Blaze starts the third. Riley Nogel with a spare. Tough frame there for Darian as he had missed 9, so he has 17 in the second. So he trails Riley by a little bit. Both sides starting with the third frame. Blaze gets the triple. So Blaze will maintain the lead in the match. Blake Gidles with a strike. 40 in the second for him. And Mackenzie Holtz with a triple, so she is off to a great start in this match. Kamirawa comes in high, leaves a 4-7. Darian Moyer up in the third, can't get a break. Ball comes in just light, leaves the 1-2-4-10, so he'll try to slide that over. Meanwhile, Montana Kindle leaves the 8, gets an 8 count, and gets 1, so she has 36 in the third. Rawa picks up his spare. Blaze Denny makes it 4 in a row in the meantime. Raba comes in high, leaves the 4-7, so he's going to look for his third spare out of 4 frames. Riley Nogel looking for his third straight spare as he leaves a 7-pin. He picks that up. Aiden Long with a strike, so Aiden's running with Blaze here. Spare strike. Rawa picks up his spare. Montana hits the head pin again, same lead. Leaves the 3-10. So she'll try to pick up the spare. Mackenzie comes in a little bit high, leaves a split 6-7-10. So she'll try to convert. Meanwhile, Blake Gidles with another strike. So Blake has a commanding lead in that semifinal match. Another 8-1 count for Montana. So she has 45 in the fourth, 104 with her handicap. Mackenzie Hulse, 85 in the fourth with her split open. So she's made up a bunch of the handicap already. She's only down 20 at the moment. Blaze Denny with the front 5. Good shot there. Riley gets his first strike of the match with a strike in the fourth frame. Aiden not able to convert his spare.
I get why you right now. You want to do what you're doing. Exactly. Like we practiced it yesterday.
So Aiden at 107 with that miss in the 5th. Darian still looking for his first mark as he's at 33 in the 4th. Blake Giles with a big strike. Mackenzie Halls goes 8 count spare in the 5th. So she follows up the open with a good shot. Montana steps up in the 5th and lets that one a little bit wide. No harm, no foul though, being she was on an open frame. So she'll try to get the spare. 7 count for Aiden Long in frame 6. Leaves the 3-6-10. Blaze Denny with a messenger. Perfect messenger there on the 10 pin. 6 in a row for him. 6 count for Montana Kindle. So she has 51 in the 5th, 110 with her handicap. Aiden with back-to-back opens. So 114 in the 6th for him. Another solid 8 for Riley Noggle. Looked like a great shot. Giles comes in a little bit high, leaves a 6 pin. Tommy Rawa did the same, leaving the left-hander's baby split, the 2-7. And he's not able to convert as he cuts it short. So 104 in the 6th for Tommy. Montana gets her first strike of the match. Looked like she made a ball change. She got her first strike of the match. Riley not able to convert his spare. So 84 in the 5th for him. Still got the lead in the match. While his opponent, Darian, got his first mark of the match with a strike. Good recovery shot for Aiden. Mackenzie missing the head pin to the right. Leaves the 1-2. So she'll look to pick up the spare. Ten pin for Blaze as the streak ends at 6 for him. Kenzie picks up her spare, so that's a big spare for her. Blake Giles comes in light, leaves the 5-8. Riley Noggle, another good shot, 7 pin. He's bitten by the carry bug. Blaze not able to convert the spare, so 177 in the 7th for him. Still has the lead in the match. Giles picks up his, Noggle picks up his spare. Giles not able to convert his spare. So Blake's at 146 in the 7th. So right now Blake still in the driver's seat. Can max out at 236. But a chance for Rawa to get back in the match here. Pretty good shot. Leaves the 6 pin. Darian also with a 9 count. Leaving the 6 pin. Kenzie goes a little bit light, leaves the 2-4-8-10, so count will be important here. Darian not able to convert his spare, so 61 in the 6th for him. Rawa picks up his spare, Blaze Denny with another strike. Ooh, good try by Mackenzie, getting 3, and she nipped the 2 pin enough that it had a chance to get over there to the 10. So 128 in the 7th for her. 8 count for Montana, leaving the 2-7. 8th frame on the scratch side. No room for error right now for Aiden Long. And he leaves a 7-pin. Meanwhile, Tommy Rawa trying to also get back in his match. That ball's inside target, but he missed in a lot. And it paid off as it crossed over. He gets the strike. Not the way he drew it up. Montana gets 1. She gets 8-1 a lot. That's the 4th frame out of 7. She got 8-1. So she has 138 with her handicap in the 7th. She leads by 10. 8 count for Darian Moyer, leaving the 3-10. Not able to convert, so 69 in the 7th, 80 with his handicap. So Riley has the lead in that match. Gidles crosses over and gets a strike. So he maintains a 22-pin lead through 8 frames. We start the foundation 9th frame on the scratch side to the right. Aiden comes in a little bit high flush, leaves the 4-9. Riley Noggle misses his spare, 112 in the 7th for him, but he still has a 32-pin lead as handicap starts the 8th frame. 9 count for Montana, pretty good shot, leaving the 5-pin. Blaze comes in light, 2-4-5. So he'll try to pick up the spare. McKenzie 9 count, leaves a 10-pin. So 161 in the 9th for Aiden. That match is officially over, as Blaze Denny will advance to the title match. Now in our other match, big double there for Blake Gidles to keep the lead going into the 10th. Montana goes 9 miss in the 8th, so she has 88 in the 8th with 147 with her handicap. Mackenzie picked up her spare, so that match is really pretty even. Darian struggling to find the head pin in this match. The ball keeps hanging out to the right. Riley Noggle got to keep the ball in the lane. There you go, perfect shot. 2nd strike of the match for him. Darian not able to convert, so 76 in the 8th with 87 with the handicap. First match for the scratch side will finish out here. It'll come down to the 2nd match. 8 count for Mackenzie. She leaves the 3-9, the head-to-head. 9 count for Blaze. Spare should put him in the 230s. Aiden can strike out for 181. Montana gets a strike. Her 2nd strike of the match. Big shot there for her. Aiden finishes with 170. Blaze picks up the spare. Mackenzie gets 1. So she has 155 in the 9th. So her max score is 185.
Yeah, Blake, come on.
Big strike there for Blake. That should wrap up the match. That will put him in the 220s. Riley with a big double. Should soon wrap that match up. Final score in the first match, 235 to 170. Denny over Long. In a moment, Blake Gidles should wrap up the second match by keeping the ball in the lane. That'll do it. He'll be in the 220s, and that will give him the victory. So Blaze Denny and Blake Giddles will face off for the title in scratch today. Okay, our handicap matches start the 10th frame. Mackenzie with a spare in the 10th, big 7 spare, so she'll be in the 170s. So Montana's first shot here could decide it all. She misses the head pin right, leaves the 136. Final score on the second semifinal in scratch. Blake Giddles 223, Tommy Rawa 189. Mackenzie gets a strike, so she finishes with 175 scratch. So it all comes down to this shot here. Kendall needs the spare to advance. And she gets the spare. Big shot there. So now to have a chance to advance, she is going to need count. 67. She is going to need 9 pins. She needs 9 pins to win the match by 1. So 9 is a win. 8 is a tie. All comes down to this shot. She needs 9. She got 9. 186 to 175. What a match. As the monitor didn't add it up fast enough. Kendall defeats Pulse. Okay, and then in our other match, Riley Noggle will advance to the finals, as he will defeat Darian Moyer. Darian finishes with 113 with his handicap. Riley Noggle will be at 181 with a strike here on the fill ball. Final score 170-78 to 113. Riley Noggle takes the victory in that match. Okay. So we're going to give out some awards, and then we're going to move on to our title matches. So stay tuned. You are watching the PJBT live on YouTube. Don't forget our message board is up and operational. A lot of you have been rooting on a couple different bowlers. Tell us who you're rooting for. And we're going to talk about the upcoming PJBT schedule as our winners practice for the title match.
Oh well.
concludes our semifinal matches for today's PJBT. Finishing in 4th place in the scratch division, getting a $75 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Aiden Long. And officially our 3rd place finisher in the scratch division, also getting a $75 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Tommy Rawa. Over to the handicap side, our 4th place finisher in handicap, also receiving a $75 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Mackenzie Holtz. And our 3rd place finisher in the handicap division, also receiving a $75 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Darian Moyer. Okay, we're on to our title matches. Scratch will be on 19 and 20, handicap on 21 and 2.
You're still gonna get first or second, so that's good.
I did. All right, bowling fans, as I come back to the board here. Sorry about that, I just bumped it for a moment. Just a reminder, PJBT picks up again next Sunday. Next Sunday, we'll be back at J Lanes in Douglasville, PA. We're excited to be back at J Lanes for the first time in a couple of years. We will be back there next Sunday for our 21 and under doubles event. So that means any bowlers 21 years of age or under as of August 1st of 2024 can compete. Just grab a partner, sign up online. I know we have about 20 teams already signed up for next week. So we should have a pretty good turnout for next weekend's doubles event at J Lanes in Douglasville, PA. Starting at 10 o'clock next Sunday, February 23rd. Then the following Sunday, March the 2nd, will be at Clearview Lanes in Mount Joy for our annual spring 3-person team tournament. Okay, again, same thing as the doubles, except it's 3 bowlers on a team. We invite you to sign up in advance for that. We usually do sell that event out. We take up to 40 teams for that event, but the first 32 teams are guaranteed to bowl on a lane together. So we advise you to be one of the first 32 teams to sign up for the team event. Again, that is 2 weeks from today, Sunday, March the 2nd, starting at 10 a.m., Clearview Lanes in Mount Joy. Then the following Sunday, March the 9th, we will be at Haja Rose Bowl in Allentown for our 8th major of the season, similar format to today. And we'll be that is our combined event with the New Jersey Youth Bowlers Tour. So hopefully we invite a lot of the New Jersey Youth Bowlers Tour bowlers to come on out. Next Sunday, March the 8th, or it would be Sunday, March the 8th, 3 weeks from today, Haja Rose Bowl in Allentown, 10 a.m. start time. Okay? So all these events are listed on our website, pjbtbowlingseries.com, and many of them you get a discount entry fee if you sign up 1 week in advance. So for specifically like for the doubles event next Sunday, if you sign up by midnight tonight, you will get the discount entry fee. So grab a partner and sign up online, pjbtbowlingseries.com. Okay? All right, so we're getting set up for our title matches. Blake was the number 3 seed going in, so we have our top seed against the 3 seed in scratch. Our top 2 seeds in handicap are going to be bowling each other. Ironically, Blaze against Blake, so the board shows 2 BLs bowling each other. All right, so it looks like our bowlers are ready. Let me get them set up and going. Okay, bowling fans, it is time to begin our title matches for today's PJBT. On the scratch side, we have top seed Blaze Denny taking on number 3 seed Blake Giles. Blaze has elected to start the match on lane 19. On the handicap side, we have top seed Montana Kindle taking on number 2 seed Riley Noggle. Montana has elected to start the match on lane 21, and she gets the difference in handicap, which is 75. All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our title matches for today's PJBT. Okay, so we are off and running with the title matches for today's event. Okay, Montana's going to start us off. First shot, pretty good ball, leaves a 10 pin. Blaze Denny does the same, leaves a 10 pin. If you also want to take a look at the live scoring, we have it on tournamentbowl.com. I want to thank Jeff again at tournamentbowl.com for helping us all season long with our scoring for the PJBT this year. Montana not able to convert her spare, 9 in the first. Blaze picks up his spare. Riley with a strike in the first. Blake also leaves a 10-pin. Blake not able to convert his spare, so 9 in the first. Riley Noggle with a double to start the match. So we talk about this in every match that we have in handicap, where the handicap is of larger size. You just got to bowl your game. Bowl your game, don't worry about your opponent. And that most times the handicap seems like it's daunting, but you have to just bowl your game. Montana leaves a 10-pin, so 2 good shots for her. Blake follows up the open with a strike in the second. Message board has a lot of people rooting for Riley and Montana. So tell your friends, tune in. Title match here today from Bowlero, Berks Lanes in Sinking Spring, PA, just outside of Reading. Montana picks up her spare in the second. Blaze gets that one wide, 2-4-8-10. So he'll probably end up getting count on this one. Montana, third frame. Ball goes a little bit light. She leaves the 2-10. So she'll probably look to get count. And he makes it! What a shot! Barely hits the 2-pin, spins it off the sideboard, and it ricochets itself to take out the 10-pin. Boy, if we only had replay on that one. That is how to make the 2-4-8-10, not the conventional way. 33 in the third for Montana. She goes 7 missed in the third. See if Blaze can take advantage of that spare, and he does with a strike. So 36 in the second for him. Riley Noggle gets a triple. Third strike. Blake goes a little bit outside target. As you can see, when you get the ball outside the zone on this pattern, it does not make it back. It's okay. If he gets a spare, it'll... Riley leaves a 5-pin in frame 4. He picks up the spare, so no harm, no foul. Still has 29 in the second. Tie match. Riley not able to convert his 5-pin, so 87 in the fourth for him. Jidal's up in the fourth, gets the strike. So Oh, good shot there. Montana up in the fourth. Goes high, leaves the 6-10. So she'll look to pick up the spare. Goes wide again on that lane, leaves a 10 pin. So he'll try to pick up the spare. Montana picks up her spare. Blaze not able to convert his spare, so 64 in the fourth for him. And Montana with a strike. So she gets the first strike of the match. So spare strike for her, big 2-frame. Blaze Denny to follow up the open in the fifth gets a strike. Comes in light, 3-5-6-10. The 10 pin is kind of moved and hidden behind the 6. Pretty good shot there for Blake. Leaves a 9 pin. So with a spare, Jake would lead by 5 pins with halfway through the match. Riley picks up the spare. So Riley can still on track here. After the triple, open spare, he can still shoot 257, which would be a really big game. Blake picks up the spare. So he has a 5-pin lead on Blaze Denny halfway through the match. Again, this is the title match for today's PJBT. Today's event sponsored by Maze Bowling. Here at Bowlero Berks Lane, Sinking Spring, PA. Riley comes in a little bit light, leaves the 3-5. Blake does the same lead for the right-handed bowler, leaving the 2-4. So he comes in light. Riley picks up the spare. Blake does the same. So our viewers are up to almost 50. It's a pretty good number considering Sunday afternoon on this rainy, foggy, wintry mix of a day. Montana comes in high, frame 6, leaves the 6-10. Denny struggling with the right lane, can't get the ball to grab, leaves, sets out light, stays out of trouble, leaves a 2-pin. So with a spare here, he will trail by 3. Montana not able to convert her spare, but she is at 79 in the 6th, 154 with her handicap. So she leads by about 30-some pins. Spare for Denny, which means now Blaze trails by 3. Montana up in the 7th. And she gets a strike. So 2 straight strikes for Montana on the left lane. Blaze comes in high and trips out everything. We saw a 4, we saw a 7, we saw a 10 pin, and they all fell down. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. He'll take it. Meanwhile, Riley Noggle also with a strike. So he's still in this match on the handicap side. Blake Gidles with a strike.
Big shot.
Maintains the 3-pin lead with 3 frames to go. Big shot there for Riley in the 8th. Big double. So again, got to just bowl your game. That's what it comes down to. We got some matches here. Blake in the 8th. High flush strike. Big double there for him as he maintains the lead in the match. Montana in the 8th. Comes in high, leaves a 6-10. Better spare shot there. She picks up her spare. Good shot there. Blaze does not like it. Comes in light again on the right lane. That right lane has been his demise in this match. Leaves the 2-8. Montana in the 9th. Comes in light. 1-2-7. She's going to try to pick up her spare. So if she would spare out with her handicap, she'd be at 220. Right now, Riley can shoot 220 with a spare and a strikeout. So we've got a match on handicap. Blaze picks up the spare, barely. The 8-pin is thinking about not falling, but it fell. Montana picks up her spare. So she's got a good game going. Doing what she needs to do. Big shot here now for Riley in the foundation 9th. Denny in the 9th gets a strike. So he can max out at 204. There's a little wiggle room there for Blake. Blake can shut him out here if he would get 4 strikes. Riley comes in high, leaves the 2-4. So he's going to try to pick up the spare. His max score now 223.
One time. Turn.
Blake's going to need help with that one. It comes in right. 1, 2, 4, 6, 10. Interesting, because even if he picks this up now, he trails by 2. Riley picks up his spare. So these matches will come down to the 10th frame.
Got it.
Blake not able to convert, so 158 in the 8th. So that opens the door for Blaze Denny. Meanwhile, first shot of the 10th for Riley Noggle. And he gets 9, leaves the 10 pin. So now Riley will need to spare and get a strike. Blake did not like that shot as it was inside target. So kind of a little bit of a self-destruction here in the 9th and 10th frames. Open in the 9th. Not a good shot there in the 10th. But he can spare and still give himself a chance. He can at least force Blaze to get a mark in the 10th. Does not. 167 after back-to-back opens. So now Blaze will just have to step up and get count. Meanwhile, handicap side. Riley Noggle. 7 count. Good game. 209. So it all comes down to the count here for Montana. Blaze Denny will take home the Scratch Division title with his first strike on the right lane of the match. But the most important one to wrap it up. And Montana will take home the title with a strike in the 10th. So both of our top seeds taking home the hardware today. Final score in the scratch side, 204 to 167. Denny over Gidles. And on the handicap side, great effort by Riley Noggle with a 209. But Montana Kindle finishes with 229 with her handicap, a 20-pin victory for Montana, 229 to 209. All right, we're going to give out some final hardware, and then we're going to wrap up the show. So stay tuned. You're watching the PJBT live on YouTube. Time to crown our champions.
On my jacket.
Oh, my shit.
What's that?
Okay.
Yeah. All right, right. They almost came back. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
75 to 20.
We have that one.
Okay, PJBT bowlers and fans, that concludes our 7th major of the PJBT season. Our runner-up finisher in the scratch division, receiving a $150 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Blake Giles. Our runner-up finisher in the handicap division, also receiving a $150 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Riley Noggle.
All right, Riley.
Okay, and now it is time to crown our champions in the scratch division, receiving a $300 scholarship and the first place class bowling pin for another major title on his resume goes to Blaze Denny. And our winner in the handicap division, also receiving a $300 scholarship and the first place class bowling pin for a major title, goes to Montana Kindle.
We were talking about that in the line. Be a great birthday gift if you won.
We'll get a picture with our winners and then we will wrap up the show. Don't forget to tune in next Sunday afternoon. We'll have the finals of our doubles tournament next Sunday. We will be at J Lanes in Douglasville, PA. Don't forget to tune in here on YouTube. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week.
Well, can we have one with the two you guys? You want to hold your thing, right? You want to hold your award? You want your thing?
Okay, just bring your trophy up again. If I may ask you.
You want me to get it on your phone, bud? Would you bring your phone in?
Okay, bowling fans, that's going to do it from here at Berks Lanes in Sinking Spring for today's PJBT. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to join us next Sunday afternoon. We'll have the finals of the Baker Doubles Tournament. The Doubles Tournament goes to a Baker-style finals. Doubles event next Sunday will be at J Lanes in Douglasville, PA, starting at 10 a.m. Grab a partner and sign up online at pjbtbowlingseries.com. You get a discounted entry fee till midnight tonight if you sign up by midnight.